Hello, hello, hello. Yes, zu-wii-mama is back and we got a lovely little tutorial again today, and let's find the mob that we're building first off. Can you spot which one we're doing? Anyone? Anyone? No, yes, that's the one we're doing. We're doing the Vindicator, and I look at him. He looks pretty sweet if you ask me, but saying that, I always say that about most of my mobs because I really enjoy building these guys for you, and they are, I don't know, I just quite like the texture and patterning. So let's get onto the colours and blocks. So we need stripped. Oh, I've messed up already. Look, I've gone too quick for myself. Right, never. Black concrete, cyan concrete, cyan powder, cyan wool. What's that? White concrete, snow block, clay. Oh, I'm really slow at this, and cyan terracotta, light. Damn, I lost it. Anyway, just go back and watch it, guys. Anyway, let's start off with the build. So we're doing a little rectangle 4x8, and if you've built the villager that I've built in the past and the illusioner, you'll know it's pretty much the same setup. And as you see, I am actually using a clay block here. Use black, alright? I've only used the clay here because I have an absolute nightmare trying to build with black because I can't see what I'm doing and where I'm placing the blocks for some reason. I've turned my brightness up and all sorts and just don't seem to work. So I've did it like that just to show you, but you are going to be building this in black, alright? Although saying that, it don't look too bad in the grey anyway. Once we've done that, we're going to pop on this pattern, as you see, and we've got 3 different sort of blocks here, and it's all the cyan blocks. So we've got cyan wool, cyan concrete powder, and cyan concrete. So we're going to be doing this pattern all the way around effectively. So once you've done the front panel there, it's all downhill from here. So all you need to do is literally copy this pattern on round. So we're going to well, first off, so we'll put wool and that one there for now, and we're going to wrap this concrete all the way around, right? So this is probably the easiest bit. So we'll wrap this round, and we're just going to literally, you don't even need to think about this really, because all you're doing, you don't need to go any further out than you've already built the feet. So we just literally follow it all round, whip it all round, roundy round we go, there we go. And then we're going to pop on the other colours. Obviously make sure you do the concrete powder last, because guess what? If you don't, it's just going to fall, because obviously it abides by the gravity law. So obviously just, make sure you do the powder last, okay? So here we go, putting all the wool in, and we're just copying that panel in front. And I hope I'm not going too fast here. It's quite self-explanatory really. You're doing wool, you're doing concrete powder, and wool, concrete powder, and that's all you're doing. So I'm just copying that first panel. And the side panels are really easy as well. So you just got wool on either side, concrete powder in the middle, and concrete round the centres. So there we go. And there we go. That's what happens with this stuff because it falls. It's annoying. Anyway, we're nearly finished this part of the build, and then we'll get onto something a bit more interesting. Before we get onto that, I really need to get that out of the way. There we go, because I hate blocks lying around like that. I have to get rid of them. And a slight confession to make, we did build this little bit up here for no apparent reason. I wanted you to do it so it didn't mess up your patterning. And really, you can place any block there. I've placed yellow, but we're going to be building onto that very shortly. So it just makes things easier for this part of the build now, because it makes sense. Just trust me, okay? So follow this grey round, and here we go. This is what I was on about. We're going to be placing this grey on top, okay? So it should be overhanging the build by 1 all the way round, except for the front. Okay, so all makes sense. Hopefully it does by now. Surely it does. There we go. So you should have something looking a little bit like this. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Right, now we're going to whack on at the chest. Boom. And there we go. I don't know why. There's something really cool about that. I don't know what it is, but I just like the different textures and colours. It's awesome. Right, whip on round to the side, and again you notice there's a few yellow blocks in there. Now you can leave them blank, or you can put a coloured block in, or a bit of dirt or whatever, but it will be making it easier in a minute because we will be doing the arm section, okay? So just bear that in mind. And we're going to do the back. Look at that, it's pretty cool. It's quite self-explanatory. I don't really need to tell you what blocks to place where here, because you can sort of work it out yourself. I'm sure you're all master builders, you know what you're doing, so I don't need to teach you to suck eggs, do I? So Whack a little line of grey across there, just like I did. It'll all make sense in a minute. And that's it for the other arm, because the other arm covers most of the body on the other side. So here we go. So we're going to come out with 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to whack on this pattern. Woohoo! Like so. Okay, so that's the base of the arm so far. So it comes out by 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll count them in a minute. Let's have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. I can actually count. I'll tell you, I forget what I do half the time. I make this video, and then obviously I do the voice maybe a day later, if that sometimes. So yeah, it sometimes gets a bit confusing. We're going to whack on the side of the arm. There we go. We're going to swing on round to the back. You know the story, guys. And we're not going to do a little paw section. I'm going to actually do a little building for once. Here we go. There we go. That is the extent of my building technique. And we're going to whip on this round the front, and we're going to drag it across. See how slow I am, look. Oh, this is awful. I should have sped this bit up, shouldn't I, really? Because I'm having to think what I'm doing here. Look at this. It's awful. There we go. I'll just do a little theme tune while waiting. Right, here we go. There we go. Fun. Woohoo! Right, now we're just going to finish off with the clay. And also, while we're on the topic of clay, I've been I didn't actually realise this, but some of the different versions of Minecraft, because I'm playing on Java Edition, and I didn't actually realise that this colour clay, or this clay, is actually in other versions of Minecraft. So I do apologise for that, because I have actually used the clay quite a few times in previous builds. So if that is the case, I do apologise, and if there is any other blocks that I have been using, again, I apologise, because I wasn't aware of this. And not only that, I'm sure that you could probably come up with a different solution to the clay. So yeah, if you've got, I don't know, perhaps a stone or something you could use, as long as it's sort of got the grey colour, I'm sure it will work absolutely fine as well, alright? So we made a little bit of an error there, look, so there we go, just to rectify that, I do apologise. Anyway, we're moving on swiftly to the other arm. So again, I used the yellow, and we're coming out by 4 again, and we're going to go from the top of that yellow all the way down. There we go, looking cool. So you should have something looking a little bit like this, and if you're lucky, 1, 2, 3, there's a 3 gap there. I was just trying to make it easier so you can see. So here we go, we count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which was a very big surprise, because guess what? The other arm was 11 as well. So congratulations, we built 2 arms which are 11 blocks long each. Just to mention as well, I noticed that I didn't actually tell you where you're building from at the start of the arm. So earlier on, you noticed that we did 1 grey block across the top, and you can see the yellow outline there. It's actually, you're building from 1 block down from the top of the actual body there. So as you can see, there's 1 grey block difference, and then you're building the top of the armor, right? So sorry about that. I just realised in the nick of time before I finished editing the video. Okay, so anyway, and all we're doing here is we're copying the pattern from the arm in the pattern in front, the arm in front. God, what am I chatting about? The arm in front, the pattern in front. Copying. I said the same words over and over again. Then that was ridiculous. So yeah, there we go. We're nearly there. Jeez, thank God for that. I just want to stop doing this now. Right, there we go. And should have an arm looking a little bit like that. Hunky-dory. Got a lovely little paws pattern yet again. Little filler. There we go. Swinging on round. So you should have a lovely little body like that. And I'll tell you what, we're done. We're nearly done. You've done the hardest part of the build. So we're going to come out from here by 2. And we're building on that second block, as you see in there, and you can put on this face. Now, the yellow, again, you don't need to put the yellow there, just put any old block you want, or leave it blank. It's entirely up to you, right? So we're going to count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I think I count that right. Make sure can you someone please go back and count that, make sure I count it right, because I don't even know if I counted it right myself. Right, so from that yellow square, we're going to come out by 2, 2, 2, and then we're going to overhang it by 2 as well, by 1. So you're going to have a big long square nose, a rectangle nose. You know the story, guys. I always do this. Okay, so now that was the hardest part. All we're going to do is get the the clay, and we're going to bring it out, overhang it the back by 1. Okay, so you don't really need to count this out, just as long as you're overhanging the back by 1. And then here we go. And all you're going to do now is, I'm not going to actually do it on screen, I'm just going to show you, but you're going to fill from corner to corner to corner with the grey or the clay that you have, right? So that's it, the head is done. So we'll just cut the scene there, because there's no point in me showing you how to colour in with clay, right? So here we go, that's the hand. As you see, I've just sort of drew an outline just so you can see how I've placed it. So I'll get rid of that so you can see. So that's how far in my axe was, but I'll leave that entirely up to you. You can fit it back in and leave it like this, or I'll tell you what, we'll leave it like that for now. Here's the axe, these are the colours I used. So obviously do what you want with it, place it in the hand how you want, but you notice the 2 yellow dots that I did place there was where I placed my axe. Anyway, I've been zu-wii-mama, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.